You know, streaming used to save you money. Now it's more expensive than cable ever was. If you want to watch your favorite shows, you'd need to pay for Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Apple TV, Fubo TV, and more. Easily $100 a month. I mean, Netflix alone at this point, if you want to watch it without ads, it starts at $18 a month, and that adds only one extra member. If you want to share it with more than one person, you're going to have to pay up to $25 a month. And this is just for Netflix. And I know a lot of you guys are fed up, and torrenting is honestly making a comeback. Why? Because the fragmented content across all platforms has caused this kind of fatigue where people have to run after all the shows that they want to watch by buying a bunch of different services. So too many subscriptions, too high of a cost, and the old school solution comes back, which is download whatever you want instead of juggling a dozen streaming bills. Now, whether you want to watch your favorite show on Netflix or you want to torrent, there's a specific tool that helps out with that. So, for example, if I look up Friends on Netflix at the moment, you'll notice that it doesn't show up. But what I can do is connect to a VPN. Right now I'm connected to the American server, you'll see here, with ExpressVPN. I'll leave both of these in the description down below in case you want to check them out for yourself. Now, let's just go to the UK. I know that Friends is available in the UK, so I'm just going to connect to the UK server. As soon as this VPN is on, I'll go back to Netflix and you'll see that Friends is already there. Like, you'll see it in white, but it's just not available because it's just not available in your country. But when you connect to a country where it is available, it'll become available. So a VPN will basically unlock the potential of the streaming services that you're already paying for. Let's say there's a specific show that you know is on Netflix, but you don't have it in the country where you are right now, but it's available in a different streaming service, which is available in your country. You don't have to buy the streaming service. You can just turn on your VPN and access the show that you're after on Netflix. So this is one way a VPN can be super useful. Another way a VPN can be very useful is obviously when torrenting, because you can't really torrent without a VPN. First of all, anybody that is downloading the same torrent will be able to see your country, your IP address, and the port that you're using, and some information that you don't want to share with people. Again, this is just the nature of torrenting. So using a VPN before you torrent is definitely a great idea so that you don't expose your information out to other strangers that are downloading the same torrent. And it's also very useful because your ISP tracks everything. Now, I don't recommend the downloading of copyrighted material. You absolutely need to check with your local laws to make sure that your online actions align with your local laws. And so again, if you want to torrent, you want to make sure that you're using a VPN because your ISP at the end of the day is tracking everything and they'll see exactly what you're downloading. So if you don't want to risk DMCA notices or fines or ISP throttling or account bans, it's better to just use a VPN, okay? Again, it's not just for that, it's for your safety. It encrypts your traffic, meaning whatever you're doing online will look like a bunch of scrambled mumbo jumbo to your ISP or anybody trying to look into your online traffic. They won't be able to know what you're doing online as long as you're connected to the VPN. And VPNs will also let you torrent at full speed without throttling, just in case any peer-to-peer activities such as torrenting are throttled by your ISP. And there are a bunch of VPNs that you can use. I personally like to use ExpressVPN. Proton VPN is honestly one of the best VPNs out there, especially for people that are interested in torrenting. And you'll notice here, so I'm just going to go to the United States servers. You'll notice that this server, for example, supports streaming and peer-to-peer activity. So this is how you know that, yeah, this is the right server to connect to because it supports streaming or peer-to-peer activity, depending on what you're doing. And of course, most of these servers will support simply both. Proton VPN is one of the best VPNs for accessing streaming services and overall security. It's the same company behind Proton Mail, so you know you're dealing with a company that is extremely trustworthy and they really do care about the safety of their users. And they continue to do that through independent audit reports and other actions that really prove that they care about the privacy of their users, such as removing their physical servers from Switzerland to other more privacy-friendly countries. because in Switzerland, they've passed this law recently which compels and forces tech companies to retain user data and hand it over to the government, which is definitely something that Proton disagrees with. And same thing with ExpressVPN. There's a couple of other options, by the way, like Nord and Surfshark, and I recommend all of them if you're looking to secure your device when it comes to torrenting. So again, if you guys are interested in any of these VPNs, you'll find all the links to these in the description down below, especially if you're tired of paying $100+ for content scattered everywhere. So if you're going back to torrenting, these are the best VPNs that I would recommend. So do it smart, do it safe, always use a VPN first. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.